Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all are doing well today. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about if you guys should skip or summon for Kafka. This guide will be for free-to-play players so that you guys know if Kafka is worth it to blow your stellar jades on. So Kafka will be dropping in less than 2 weeks, so I thought I would make a free-to-play guide explaining Kafka's kit. Is she good? What does she do? What element is she? Artifacts that make her good, so you guys can pre-farm if you guys do decide to summon for Kafka. Now, if you guys did not tune into the live stream and don't even know what Kafka does, don't even know what even element she is, Kafka is a lightning character. Kafka's skill deals AoE lightning damage to enemies. That is very good. If an enemy has a damage over time effect, like Shock or Wind Shear currently applied, the effective damage over time will be triggered. Yes, Kafka is a damage over time lightning character. This means that Kafka's ideal team comp requires her to have teammates who can apply damage over time effects like Luca, Sampo, or Serval. Luckily, it just so happens that all three of these characters are going to be featured as rate-up characters in her banner. So yes, guys, the value is already there for Kafka. Now, if you guys still haven't decided if you guys are going to blow your load for Kafka and you're still on the fence about her, well, let me go over Kafka's talent effects. If another party member uses a basic attack, Kafka will initiate a follow-up attack on the targeted enemy. This follow-up attack has a chance to apply a shock status on enemies. This will help her with both energy regeneration and applying damage over time to enemies. Like, Kafka is just insane. So let's say you guys have a butts to nuts team and your team is just bad and you pull Kafka and you guys don't have characters that are really boosting her and work well with her, Kafka is still going to carry. You're still going to be fine. You're still going to be okay. Obviously, when you get into harder content, you need to have team synergy and units that will actually work good with her. But for a fresh account, for a free-to-play account that is sort of new, let's say you're like level 30, you know what I mean? You guys will still be okay. Now, let's go over Kafka's ultimate effects. In my opinion, Kafka has the coolest ultimate in the game. That's besides the point. Anyways, Kafka's ultimate deals damage to all enemies and has a high chance of applying shock to them. I mean, that already sounds insane. Kafka's ultimate will deal additional damage if enemies already have shock status effect. In my opinion, she's the best in the game. So Kafka's ultimate does an AoE attack, which is an attack all. And when she does her ultimate, she has a high chance to apply shock to all enemies. So if she shocks the enemy, if her chance procs, she will do damage over time to those enemies. But if those enemies already have shock to them, she'll do additional damage. So her ultimate will be stronger if enemies have shock already on them. So now we're going to be going over Kafka's technique effects. After this, we're going to be going over Kafka's traces and her skills and passives. Kafka's technique causes her to deal lightning damage in an AoE around her. It was not mentioned if she can apply a shock status with this ability, even though it had this function in the closed beta test prior to Star Rail's official release. So basically, this is up in the air. We'll get more details, I'm sure, maybe the week that Kafka's banner will be dropping. So we basically just have to hope and pray that Kafka gets the shock status that she had in the closed beta, because if she gets this in her actual release, she's just undisputed #1. I don't even want to hear about it. Don't even argue with me. She's won. Like, come on. She's broken. But if she doesn't get it, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. So I'm not going to be going over Kafka's traces, skills, and passives because the following information was from the last closed beta test and is subject to change upon Kafka's official release. So I don't want to spread no false information saying that Kafka does this, that, you know what I mean? And when she comes out, it's not true. So I'm not going to go over that until decided that you guys want to summon for Kafka. I can't blame you because she's insane. How do I pre-farm her? What artifacts are good for her? And what do I need to actually get her to level 80? I will be showing you guys everything that you need to pre-farm so you guys are ready for Kafka when she releases. So here's the spreadsheet I found that gives you everything you guys will need to farm Kafka to level 80 and maximize her. Again, Kafka is dropping in less than 2 weeks, so you guys still have time to pre-farm her. So make sure you guys are getting yourself ready. Let's say that you pull Kafka on release and you didn't pre-farm her. That's okay. Pause this video. Take a screenshot of this. This is everything you guys need to farm Kafka to level 80 and maximize her. Now I'm going to be going over Kafka's relics so you guys can pre-farm those. I said artifacts earlier in the video. Please forgive me. I'm just so used to saying artifacts just because of Genshin. I will start saying relics, please. I know it's cringe, but this is all the relics that you need to farm for Kafka. These are your priority. These relics right here will maximize her if you can get good rolls on them. You want to maximize crit damage and crit rate, in my opinion. Both of those relics you guys have to prioritize. Start pre-farming them now. You need crit damage and crit rate. Those are a must. So here is Kafka's best free-to-play situation currently. I am not going to go over the best team for her because that is just not free-to-play in my opinion. So here is a free-to-play team of Kafka. This team is really, really good. Honestly, I'm going to try it myself even though I am not free-to-play. But this team really looks fun and I think it honestly will do very, very well in almost all content in the game. So obviously in this free-to-play team, you got Natasha, who's a pretty good healer, I would say. Then you got Sampo, who is actually a sub DPS for Kafka. Now Sampo increases damage over time effect from his ultimate. So when Kafka applies damage over time to enemies, Sampo's ultimate will make damage over time more effective and cause more damage from it. That's pretty insane. Then obviously you got March 7th, who is going to be applying shields, which is very good. A very good support character in my opinion. And then you got Kafka, who is just going to be doing all the damage, the big time damage. She's going to be blowing her load on the enemies. No matter what team you have, Kafka is going to be carrying. Now the good news about Sampo is actually going to be a featured character on Kafka's banner. So more than likely, if you guys are going to be summoning for Kafka, there's a good chance you're going to be pulling Sampo, which is going to be very, very good for you guys, especially for free-to-play players, because like I said, Sampo is going to be boosting Kafka's damage over time with his ultimate. So both of them work very well together and have amazing synergy. And then obviously you have Natasha, who's going to be healing. And then you got March 7th, who is going to be applying shields. And Kafka is just going to be carrying with damage. So this is actually a very good team comp. And honestly, I'm going to be trying it myself, even though I'm not free to play, like I explained. But this team looks very, very fun. And I think if you guys pull Kafka and have this team set up, you guys will enjoy it as well. So that was all I wanted to cover in today's video about Kafka. Now I will be doing more videos about Kafka leading up to her release. Kafka drops in less than 2 weeks and I will be doing a summon video for Kafka, that is for sure. I plan to at least go 35,000 stellar jades in. I plan to at least get her E2. If I don't get her E2, as long as I get her light cone and Kafka as a character so I can make content on her, I don't really care. Kafka will still be good even without dupes. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I provided you guys with some good information about Kafka, and I will be doing daily, if not weekly, Honkai Star Rail videos. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys like this video, and I hope you guys had a great day today.